All right, Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, brought the thumb, double honors to the apostles of Great Stone. Once again, this is GMS Ringing Alarm, aka GMS Fortress, coming to you with some more current events. All right, before camp. All right, so the first one, we start off with some of the current events that's happening in Mexico right now, and it's from dailymail.com.uk.
Yeah, dailymailnews.com. Yeah, it tells you about how Mexico um, losing a lot of water, man, through droughts.
Yeah, they just vanishing out of nowhere, basically out of nowhere. And it says overnight after the earth tremor opens up 30 meters crack that is now pouring into leaving 10,000 people without water in Mexico. Now this is due to a tremor. All right, so they've been having that a lot frequently down there, especially in Central and South America. They've been having the tremors, which is going to lead up to cascading fault line, but this is one of the premises. So, yeah, and I got Matthew chapter 24 real quick. Matthew chapter 24 and it's like 24. I start at 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places."
And that's exactly what's going on, man. Famine in diverse places. So that's why the reason why it's correct, which is so-called Mexico, losing a lot of water because they worship a lot of idols. And that's why Yahushua is punishing them for worshiping other gods. Man.
It says, Salaki, it says, "In earthquakes in diverse places, all these are the beginning of sorrows."
Right, this is the beginning of sorrow. So this just start. So this is the beginning of destruction. So when full destruction comes, it's gonna take over the whole world. Man.
Yeah, these small things have small implications leading up to greater implications.
Yep.
And the scriptures say, "I will bring forth famines to Babylon," meaning he's going to bring more of the disasters, more of the things, the evil things to occur. So, and that's what you're witnessing in Mexico. All right, it says, "For these are the beginnings of sorrows." Okay, and right now we're in the stage of the beginning of sorrows, but down in Mexico, they getting the truth as well. Not only through the spirit waking up brothers down in Mexico, which we have camps. Yeah, we have camps down there, but through the internet, via internet. Okay. All right. Yeah, and that's it on that.
This is Haggai chapter 1, verse 11. "And I call for a drought upon the land, and upon the mountains, and upon the corn, and upon the new wine, and upon the oil, and upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon men, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of the hands."
Exactly. So that's what's exactly going on in Mexico and all over the world, basically, man. Because the Lord bringing famine, and he's starving cattle, he's starving children. Because what makes the crop to grow? Water. So without water, you can't have food.
And really getting Mexico adversely. Like, not only are they getting messed up, agriculturally, but they're getting messed up with what we call civil war.
Yeah.
The drug war. The brother was just explaining that not too long, earlier, right? Was that in
Yeah. Yeah, Ezekiel 14:13.
Ezekiel 13 and 14,
14 and 13.
14 and 13.
Oh.
Ezekiel 14 and 13. "Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, then will I stretch out my hand upon it, and will break the staff of the bread thereof, and will send famines upon it, and will cut off men and beasts from it.
Right, that's exactly what's going on. So the Lord gonna send a famine upon the land and cut off man and beast from it. So that's part of the beginning of sorrow. The hunger is gonna start jubilating. And a lot of people gonna be losing their lot of jakes, man. They're gonna be losing way of life, huh? So that's exactly what's gonna happen, man. You spare Yahweh Shai because y'all don't want to come back to this. Y'all don't want to come back to the truth. Y'all don't want to know your nationality. And that's the reason why y'all worshiping other gods and doing all this demonic worshiping and shit. That was just one thing. You got something?
Yeah.
Good.
It's Jeremiah 50 and 38. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is a land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols.
Right, the land of graven images. Who worshiping Mary? Who worshiping a white Christ? Right, she's a bullshit. That's
Zeus.
Right, the Cleistos.
All these saints, they got all them saints down there too. They worship. They crawl to the temples for him to bless them and for them to atone for their sins. So they got temples set up where all these saints at that they crawl to them.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
One of the chief saints in Mexico, they call it Santa Muerta, which is the goddess of death, and that's basically Mary Magdalene in the form of the Grim Reaper, skeleton and everything. They get tattoos to the goddess, and they build shrines and everything, and they worship, and they actually sacrifice for this demon, the so-called goddess, this demon.
And they also use it for like boxing too.
Mm-hmm.
They put spears of power on the boxer for him to win. So that's part of that too.
Yeah, the cartel's killing the name of this goddess.
Yep. Right. But we
Yeah.
And that shit didn't work. He's going to get the Jew. And and that Grand Reaper that you dumbass Issacharites, which y'all know yourself as Mexicans, which mean I am hired, think that y'all worshiping, and y'all think it's Mary, y'all actually been tricked on the left hand side.
Right.
But that's really Yahweh Shai. And I'm finna show you what's Yahweh Shai, which we all call Jose.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus on track. It's Job 18 and 13. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. And see, that's Yahweh Shai, which is the king of all terrors. So he's the firstborn of death, Yahweh Shai is. Because he give it and he take it because his father, Yahweh, gave him the power in the world to do that. So always remember that Grand Reaper that y'all got all on your own, you worshiping, and they got you worshiping this Queen of Heaven, Mary Magdalene bullshit, that's really Yahweh Shai. So that's why your water missing.
Exactly.
This is Hosea 13 and let's see, 4. It says, Hosea 13 and 4, it says, Yet I am the Lord thy God from the land of Egypt, and thou shalt know no God but me, for there is no Savior beside me. All right? And one thing, you Mexicans, which are Issachar in the Bible, y'all got to understand that is you were in the ancient world alongside the Judites, which we call so-called Negro, in Egypt, serving in slavery. The same way y'all serve slavery over here in America. Okay? So,
In that picture y'all got posted up, the serpent god that came from the sky, what they call his name? Keokwaso, that's actually Yahweh Shai, black man, which came from Jerusalem over here to the Aztec and Mayan Indians, and they left that depiction of him because he was wiser than a serpent. So it all goes back to who the brother I now bringing out to y'all, which his name is Yahweh Shai, which he a Judite, which is a black man. Mm-hmm. Y'all ancient forefathers knew this.
And that's actually portrayed in the Brother Cruz that's actually portrayed in the scriptures. Moses, when he had the staff that he lifted up in the wilderness, with the serpent, that's Yahweh Shai.
Because whether y'all want to accept it or not, the so-called Mexicans, y'all belong to the Lord. Y'all the Lord's people. So really, ain't no other way y'all can get out of serving Him. That's why He made. That's why He said what He said in Hosea 13:4. I read it again. It says, "Yet I am the Lord thy God, from the land of Egypt, and thou shalt know no God but me, for there is no Savior beside me." So the Saint, what's it? Saint Moreto.
Yeah.
That's not going to help you. The Roman Catholicism is not going to help you. All right. Verse 5. It says, "I did know thee in the wilderness, in the land of great drought, according to their pastures. So were they filled. They were filled, and their heart was exalted. Therefore have they forgotten me." All right.
Yeah, y'all forgot the Lord, man. Y'all forgot who Yahushua was, man.
And they showed him.
Most of y'all don't know who Yahushua is. Y'all know who this Jesus Christ is, so-called. Y'all know the white one. That's all I know. But when you show you a black one, it's an attitude.
And they actually show it in one of y'all most famous movies. Is it Blood In, Blood Out?
Yeah.
When he spray painting the car.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling the young, I don't know if I'm trying to be that crazy, but the little young local,
Yeah.
the little young guy about Yahushua. He was telling him,
Órale, mijo. This is Quetzalcoatl, the great Aztec poet king. He ruled the kingdom of Aztlán that was from Mexico all the way up here to Califas.
Sexy mamazota.
Pay attention, pelao. I'm gonna teach you all about Aztlán, because this vato's coming back someday to reclaim the Raza's kingdom. Watcha?
Pero why do you put my initials on?
Because you helped me, ese. We did it together, carnalito. ¿Qué hubo?
Hijo.
Paco,
Chale, say, you can't sneak up on us. Now we're Louis Feathered watchdogs on duty.
Oye, el gallo negro lo exprimí, I put some feria on him.
Órale, guacha. Cosita.
"Hey, the king's coming back," and so forth. That's it. We'll roll a credit on that.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, that's enough.
Hey, how about
No, I'm talking about time now, so we can bring it with it.
Okay. Yeah.
get Ezekiel 5 and 16?
Okay. It's Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 16. "When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction."
Right. He gonna send the evil arrows of famine. Is gonna be a part of y'all destruction, man. Because look the water that's disappearing, man. That's part of y'all destruction. That's gonna cause famine, right?
It says, "In which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread."
Right. That's proof right there. The picture is showing, the brother's showing, and that's what's going on. That's like I said, without water, you're gonna need food, man.
Yeah, what is life?
So y'all ain't gonna have no life in Mexico, man.
I ain't never worried about the drug cartel. Y'all didn't nowhere think about a damn earthquake opening up and sucking all your water out of one day, man.
They,
That don't even give you a chance to even comprehend on what you missing now.
Yeah.
You don't even know the magnitude of the drought that not only hit you, but your animals. You can't feed your animals. Who gonna fly all that water? To all these hundreds of thousands of people.
But then the funny thing about it, it's a lot of these heathens, man, these other nations, they going through the same shit. They suffering famine and all that, and they crops dying off, they animals dying off, the cattle dying off, people dying off. So the Lord said it's hella destruction, and He's sending hella judgment on this earth.
They're about the mesa for the tortillas. Ain't no more be no more tortillas, man.
Yeah, but all in all, it's the hand of the Lord. Because you can't blame the cartel no more. You got that going on, but how you gonna explain these droughts? How you gonna explain? You can't do no voodoo to reverse this. You can't do no voodoo to reverse this. So, all in all, it's the Lord that's basically reaching out and touching.
Right. His name is Yahushua.
Yahushua, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua.
So will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring a sword upon thee. I, the Lord, have spoken.
Right, the Lord will destroy you, man. He's gonna bring a sword upon you. And then these beasts gonna be running around looking for water and food, man. And then who's gonna be the victim? Who's gonna be the victim beforehand? You people, man. Who's gonna eat you? The Lord's gonna have these beasts eating you people, man. You know? So these animals gonna go through famine too as well.
And then it's just not a Mexico thing. You got this going on in Brazil.
Yeah, but one thing is the Asher.
Yep, Asher.
Right, but what's the thing? And that's why Esau, they make that goddamn movie called Asher, faggot.
Yeah.
And don't come to us at GMS thinking you're gonna get anything.
Right.
But yeah, so you Issacharites and you Ashites, both of y'all asking. See, both of y'all getting it because both of y'all are part of the northern kingdom. So I got this right here for your ass. Hosea 4:17. And this means the whole northern tribe. Ephraim is joined to idol. Let him alone. Their drink is
That's exactly right. Ephraim is joining the idols, man. Like we just explained with the Israelites with that Santa Muerta and that Kale Foster guys, man. And you know, and that goes for Gad and Reuben too. They got their idols too. You know, their shamans and their medicine men and all that bullshit, man. That's why they're drinking oil water on the damn reserve.
them totem poles. Them idols.
Yep.
Let him alone. Their drink is sour, meaning their philosophy, their religion,
Yep.
their way of their ancient culture, which ain't no goddamn ancient culture. We got the ancient culture right here in the scriptures. Her rulers with shame do love give you. And that's what they about. They all into that. They got brother I was just saying, y'all got y'all shamans and y'all medicine man all set up. Even the Asher. Y'all got in Brazil. What they got a lot of voodoo.
Jesus Christ, like 1,000, that big ass Jesus Christ, they
Right.
got the center of real
They
nation.
mad upon their idols.
And then the Most High sent a lightning bolt to strike them. Like,
Right. And why wouldn't them Ashites actually climbed up there, cuz? Talking about he was trying to get close and fell off. You remember that a couple years ago? I was rolling. But that's because they mad upon their idols.
Yeah.
So yeah, so all them candles with all them Jesus Christ on it and the Marys on it and faggot
rosary
Michael
beads.
the angel, which is a cracker with his foot on one of y'all. That a bitch. But hey, we laughing. We gonna blast y'all after the scripture. Just like that we do.
Hosea 10:1 says, Israel is an empty vine. He bringeth forth fruit unto himself according to the multitude of his fruit. He hath increased the altars according to the goodness of his land. They have made goodly images. Their heart is divided.
right, because y'all believe in y'all own philosophy. And y'all philosophy y'all come out with, y'all believe in y'all own bullshit doctrine, man.
That's why some of them churches with all them idols. Because it ain't no coincidence. You Brazilians, you Asherites, you Issacharites, you Ephraimites. You go into their house, everywhere in their house. They got Talmud crosses, which y'all call what is it? The cross.
The cross, yeah.
Yeah, the crucifix. All throughout the house, even in their car. Bumper stickers.
Rosary beads.
Man, rosary beads all in their window. Tattoos all on their body.
Virgin Marys.
Right. And every room, you go in the bathroom, use the bathroom, you look up, you see Michael. You come out the bathroom, on the side of the wall, you see Jesus Christ, Jesus. You go down the hallway, you see Mary in 4 different forms.
Exactly.
They got the angel Gabriel up in that motherfucking life.
Wonder why demons popping off the wall. They coming in every direction. They know it's not bad.
They say their heart is divided, meaning their mind.
I say something too. Wonder why I'm talking about the northern kingdom. Wonder why your kids being killed in the streets. You know? Because of the idols that y'all possess.
And they get killed in the most harshest manner, man. Gruesome. Like the brother said, they get killed gruesomely in those streets in Mexico.
Skinned alive, mutilated, chopped up.
What's the name
dumped in
of the
both
documentary
acid.
you seen?
They got a documentary on
Vice.
on Netflix called Cartel Women. And it's about the vigilantes in Mexico, the vigilante militias in Mexico. And basically, in the start of the documentary, you got two guys mixing up meth and crack cocaine, and they got blindfolds on, but they got on these uniforms. Now you don't know what the hell it is in the documentary, but basically, you go through the whole documentary. You got the vigilantes that rose up against the cartels. I can't remember what the Japanese cartel is, but it's Sinaloa cartel. It's the rival. It's the cartel that what's his name? El Chapo runs. It's called the Sinaloa cartel, and basically it was meant to be like a neighborhood thing. Then it grew, and basically they got infiltrated by cartel members. And those cartel members started making deals with the cartel to fund, to make funding for money, to get weapons, and to get the relief food for the other villagers and things like that. And eventually the government came down on them, and they signed a contract with the government to be legal, because the vigilante group is illegal in Mexico. So after they got legal, they started working with the cartel. Now they got money and they got weapons. And when you go back to Fast and, like brother said, Fast and Furious, and that's the actual CIA operation. And when you go back to the beginning, they spent it all the way back to the beginning of the documentary to the two guys in suits that was mixing up the crack cocaine, and those are two guys from the goddamn vigilante group. So now they're selling the crack cocaine to all over Mexico and exporting it to America, and that's an $80 billion business. So when they sell those drugs from Mexico to America, they get $80 billion off of that. So where does the rest of that money go? Now you got other syndicates all over South and Central America and flying from other countries, even in Europe, because America's distributing also with all that extra money.
It showed it in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what the movie Sicario was about.
Mm-hmm.
He said we here to start chaos so we can run both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So look at it.
It's a verse, Hosea 10:2. It says, "Their heart is divided. Now shall they be found faulty.
Mm-hmm.
He shall break down their altars. He shall spoil their images. For now they shall say, we have no king, because we feared not the Lord."
Mm-hmm.
What then?
They don't have any leaders. They actually started to see that all their leaders is false. I went in I went into the Latin restaurant on 22nd. We normally go eat.
Mm-hmm.
Why they had a movie in Spanish of the same Sicario movie that came out, and why is I'm standing there watching it, and I got Lil John with me. I don't speak no Spanish, but I'm seeing at the end of the movie that the guy, he go to kill the cartel member, and when he go in there, the mayor and the president of Mexico is sitting in there with him having a meeting. So he go shoot them up, and the cartel kill him, but then his son take up the gun and start to push. So so it's coming out that they don't have any leaders. And I asked her about it. I said, look, is that movie about the drug cartel and da-da-da-da-da? But I was only going off the movie Sicario and the little history we know about it. Why she looked at me like, you speak Spanish? I said, no. She was like, well, how do you know what that movie is? And I was like, because there's a movie called Sicario, and we started to be late. And I started talking about the vigilantes. What we talking about now? Because they watching this video, they know we know what we talking about. Mm-hmm. But go ahead, it's coming out.
Oh, you right out. There's another documentary. I forgot what it's called, but more willing we can put up for production. But there's a movie that there's a documentary out that basically they make music doing the same thing that Judah doing. Judah glorifies, being gangsters and selling cocaine and all this shit, gangster shit, right?
And that's a part of your culture.
Right. Now they coming out, the Mexicans in LA, they coming across the border and they making music and getting rich off of making music about the cartels.
Yo soy Cristian Montes García, soy integrante del grupo Los Poderosos de Culiacán. Pertenecemos a una empresa que se llama Twins Culiacán.
Fue en una Semana Santa en Mazatlán cuando empezó el alboroto por todito el malecón. A una Raptor con un remolque pegado cargado con cuatrimotos le dieron un atorón. No sabían que la lobo anaranjada iba muy bien escoltada y al orden de un gran señor.
Una canción arremangada es una canción que habla de cerveza, de mujeres, de loquera, de marihuana, de perico, de todo. Y corrido es cuando habla de algún personaje, traficante o un empresario famoso, o un encarcelado, o alguien que esté preso. Y la canción enferma es cuando que le mataron a fulanito, le lo descuartizaron, que la cabeza por allá y que eso es la canción enferma. Son 3 tipos de canciones. Para hacer un corrido de historia no ocupas permiso. Para hacer un corrido personal, de que el vato anda con fulanito y que él que hizo un desastre en tal parte y ocupas permiso, porque ¿cómo tú vas a saber eso que él hizo? Te van a preguntar. Yo he sabido que ha habido problemas con compositores que han hecho y no piden permiso. Pues.
1, 2, 3. Poderosos, puro twins. Le va mi compa Rea. Dice.
Yeah, that's how it goes. So, there's no wrong with it. Hosea 10:3. For now they shall say, we have no king, because we feared not the Lord. What then should a king do to us? And the question mark. They have spoken words, swearing falsely, and making a covenant. Thus judgment springeth up as a hemlock, which when you go into the word hemlock, ra'ash, and apparently the same as it just means bitter. Okay, and it just means bitter. So it says or poison in the furrows of the field. The inhabitants of Samaria shall fear because of the calves of Bethaven, for the people thereof shall mourn over it, and the priests thereof that rejoice on it, for the glory thereof, because it is departed from it. Yeah, that was basically it. Verse 1 through 4. Yeah, they really did.
The documentary is called Narco Cultura.
Yeah, I was watching.
Narco music, and basically they make music, not even done it before, never held a gun in their life, making music about the drug cartels, how they kill people, shoot people, mutilate people, and shit like that, all in their lyrics.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's popular.
Yep, it's popular.
And it's $1 million. It's a way of getting on and coming out of the slums. And who did they all do that off of first? Judah.
They know the rest. If Judah does it, everybody else gonna follow.
And you can run it on me. They know us better than us, than ourselves.
I got scripture. Second Ezra 15:1 says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy."
That's what we're doing today. We've been telling y'all these droughts was coming. Now they hear, but it's more to come.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Most High.
See that? And that's why we read, thus said Yahushua out of the scriptures.
And cause them to be written in paper.
Right. And the brother reading from what? Paper. But in y'all reality, they what?
But they are faithful in truth.
See that? And the proof is in the pudding. He'll go to documentary. He'll go to websites right here.
And this is a reservoir in Brazil. This is the biggest reservoir in Brazil.
And look at it.
It's
the
lowest. Yep. It's the lowest it's ever been in 80 years.
And ain't nobody sounding an alarm on that except us. Ring the alarm. GMS. Double honest to there.
Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Right, the unbelief. So all this fuckboy shit and all them guys crazy. We got other things they can be doing and we can be watching. Well, now watch that. Because y'all got a lot of family members that's experiencing this. Yeah, yeah. They're trying to get to America, but it ain't no jobs over here. Remember, everybody's trying to go back.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them do go back for vacation, but the vacation don't end up, so well.
Exactly.
You got cousins that go back and get killed.
Got Zinco over there shrinking your baby heads down.
So the Lord is basically hitting y'all double, triple time over there. The earthquakes, the droughts, the brown, what they call brown on brown violence, the crime, y'all killing each other due to the drug pandemic amongst the northern kingdom. So things are really coming to a head, and things are going to get worse. You so-called Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and Brazilians, because we're waiting to the so-called white man come in with this RFID implication.
I'm gonna take it.
And they taking it now because they putting it in the children whenever they get lost.
They gonna make a man for his
Starting with your rich ones.
Yeah, because kidnapping is huge in Mexico too. Kidnapping and child, what they call it, trafficking. That's huge amongst them too.
That's all. Yes. No, I was still reading this. That speak against thee for all the ungrateful, unfaithful, which they are ungrateful. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
That's basically what's gonna happen. Y'all choose to worship Santeria, Saint Morita,
Santa Monica.
right? Y'all choose to do all of these things. Now the truth is out here, you know. The truth is out here, and then those chariots have been showing up down there in South America. You know, and yeah, and a lot of you Mexicans have a lot of visions when it comes to the Lord. I know, I witnessed. I've been with the Northern Kingdom, and that's all you hear. I see black angels. The Lord is black and telling me to do this. You know, and He deal with y'all on a level like that.
Yeah. The Lord said, "The Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." There you go. So the Lord will bring it all in one time.
And you have the Mayan calendar. That was just showing you the end of the age, man. That was showing you the end of the age. But it's all coming to a head now. The prophecies and all of that. Why do you think everything is starting to snowball effect? The word is starting to spread.
This is Hosea chapter 13, verse 15. It says, though he be fruitful among his brethren, an east wind shall come. The wind of the Lord shall come up from the wilderness, and his spring shall become dry, and his fountain shall be dried up.
Right, because y'all was known to have a lot of rainforests and green grass and land, plentiful of it. All that shit, right? That's why they use that as a tourist attraction for Cancun, for spring break and all that. And then they drying all that shit up, passing diseases around on y'all ass.
And his spring shall become dry, and his fountain shall be dried up. He shall spoil the treasure of all pleasant vessels.
See that? And that water is a treasure. Water is a treasure.
Yep.
Why do you think Edomite, which is also white people, always trying to take what from y'all? The land where the water's at. They always taking the land where the water's at. All through especially the Northern Kingdom. That's all they took from y'all. Mississippi. What else we got? Minnesota.
We got the whole eastern seaboard.
Minnesota. California. Minnesota, land of the lakes.
The Great Lakes.
The Great Lakes.
Lake Superior.
Lake Superior. Why do you think Esau take all that from you?
And they selling water bottles to some indigenous people over there in Asia.
Niagara Falls.
It's a $1 billion industry. That's what we saw.
All them tropical islands over there. That's all water. Esau gotta have all that.
They ain't gangster to go from Mexico. The Alamo,
yeah,
they took that shit.
That's Bush. That's the Bushes. Yeah. The Bushes took all of it. They bought all of them.
And one of the biggest export-import, what is it? The biggest export-import was what, $100 billion seeds coming. Damn, I can't think of it's gonna come.
Yeah, Salaki, I think it's in California, but
it's in California too.
Yeah.
Okay. It says Samaria shall become desolate, for she hath rebelled against her power. They shall fall by the sword. Y'all falling by the sword now with the drug cartels, man. Falling by the sword of the police. Because you have the SWAT teams and the martial law being declared every other month. It says their infants shall be dashed in pieces. And that's exactly what's going on in Mexico. The drug cartels are mutilating and cutting your bodies up, man. That literally dashing your heads against bricks and dumpsters and stuff.
And then they leaving all your bodies in the middle of the road too, man.
Yeah. Strung up on the viaducts.
And hang y'all from the viaduct and shit. Yeah, man.
And their women with child shall be ripped up. And that happened during the time of Christopher Columbus with what they call Esau called it the American Holocaust. So that happened back then with the colonization of America, but that's happening now with your own people, committing the same crimes that Esau did. Because they learned the same tactics from Esau. Like on the movie Sicario, when he went in to kill the mob boss, and he said, well, who do you think we learned it from?
Exactly. Same person. And that was Ethan that came in. Because he was from Colombia?
Yeah, he was Asherah.
Yeah, he was Asherah, from Colombia. And that's why Brazil and all them places get hit.
Still got Edomites that's in high office over there in Mexico and South and Central America too.
The Panama Canal. That's
not every Mexican's a Mexican.
Right.
Not every motherfucker conquistador.
Right.
Yeah.
Same Spaniards.
That's for them high ups.
Yeah.
Look like.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was
Okay.
So then let's conclude.